listen to an excerpt from The Greater Purpose, Awaken to Your Reason for Being. Find this excerpt in the third book of this Purpose Book trilogy.
You see, we center and focus upon that which you seek and which was sought before coming into human form. But because of the densities that are in play and in place, and all that exists within the physicality of this life experience, do you see that many components that were unseen were lost over time and over the many incarnations that perhaps the one or the other has experienced? And so know that although time does not exist here as it does there, that there is a need in this time to consider moving and stepping up what has existed before so that you do not continue in the rounds of incarnation on this earth platform. And so we have come, and there are many who have traveled and tarried here so that this objective might be realized. For there are those who have been lost here for a time and believe that the dramas within the day are those things which are necessary for them to engage in. And by this we mean that those who had once sought or wanted to achieve certain objectives and understandings, that they then have the opportunity to return to why they embodied in the first place. But when various activities or undertakings are seen as a need to correct, a need to engage with to perhaps change the flow in which they currently exist, so that truth does prevail, so that honor does prevail, so that justice does prevail, then they turn away from that which they might ordinarily seek to know to right that wrong. And we will tell you that within each lifetime, there have been those things which have drawn one or the other into an activity that is all-consuming. And the rightness of a wrong is a just thing. And bringing justice to an unjust situation is a good thing. And so we do not say that one supersedes the other, but rather, might you consider that now is the time to move about this life so that you might enact why you came here and what you set up into motion in doing so. We will share, as discussed in the original Purpose book, that when you moved into that in-between state, that oftentimes, although you believed that you know all, that this is not so, that at this point you know as you knew on earth when you were physically placed. And so although you may believe that you are right and just and deserved of the understanding that you now hold and the belief that you hold, that those may be as they were gleaned on this earth platform. In other words, you carry with you that understanding. You carry with you the understandings that you held while physically placed. And so, although you are given reinforcement, you then do not move from a more enlightened space. And it is then that you carve out your next life experience, and it is using faulty material. It is using not complete information. It is done using that information which you currently believed while in embodiment. So there is not the stepping up, perhaps, although this is not always the case. But there is often not the full totality of understanding that would allow that next embodiment to be more enlightened and moving forward from a more aligned space. This is the methodology and the purpose of these books. It is to give you more for consideration and contemplation. And as always, we advise that you seek a centeredness and a moving within to determine if these teachings are right for you, and if they will expand what you currently know, as these understandings cause what you understand to grow. And so this day, as we begin this next chapter of your life, as you weave it into the considerations that exist within your being and world, might you know that all moves in this way, in love. For we are the energy of love, and we seek for you to anchor and be in the space where loving embrace can be accepted, acknowledged, and incorporated into your day.